Okay, so we have some sand tires to buy. First race went perfectly fine. It was our first little motorcycle race here. This particular song, as a person who's listened to a lot of, well, Jet Set Radio Future and also Fusion Frenzy, I recognize samples that were also used in that game. That Come Along Children, of course, is used in All These But Happies and Jet Set Radio Future, and then a couple other samples here. Some of the more digital sounding ones are using some songs back in Fusion Frenzy. It's always funny recognizing samples across different songs like that. Anyhow, tires, please. Give me some good sand. It seems like, what's even the point of the sand budget? You just get worse tires for extremely small decrease in cost. Like, even 4,000 isn't really much to worry about spending on anything, in my opinion. Yeah, just give me good tires. It's a one-time fee. You never have to buy it again after that. I can make it even lighter. Oh my god. Presumably you don't want that for some other kinds of vehicles. Yeah, I can't change from a bike right now. Like, can you make trucks heavier? Because that's kind of the point of them, right? Maybe they do just become lighter if you do that. Man, look at that rear tire. But okay. 5 stars, very good. Let's just get going, I guess. I feel like I see a lot of assets that were used in the previous game here. For the snowy, for the sandy areas. Maybe I should, well, we'll have to see if they have many interesting freestyle maps in this game. Like in the predecessor. They had a couple ones I thought were pretty cool. If that's the case, another windy sand trap. It would be fun to see that. Oh, are all the buildings in the distance just the skybox? That's a weird idea for a skybox. So it's really weird, we're just completely surrounded by... Oh, well. I was drop guessing when that was gonna drop. Oh, do you get a point bonus for whole shot in this game or not? I didn't notice last time. This seems like a fairly high velocity and kind of windy track for being early game. I feel like tracks like this were a lot later in the game, I feel like, back in Offroad Fury 3. But yeah, I really like some of the concepts for some of the freestyle courses, especially the pro freestyle courses back in Offroad Fury 3, so I hope we'll have a couple of interesting ones here too. But not only the pro ones, there are some non-pro freestyle tracks I like a lot too, like the Quarry. The Snow Resort was also kind of a nice one. I did have fun at the end just saying, hey, let's just go look around and learn our way around these courses and just like recognize and then acknowledge and appreciate their different features and different parts of the map. There just aren't many games where you get to do a thing like that, where you get to just say, hey, part of this game is going to be learning your way around an interesting environment. Also, Offroad Fury 3 was also not one of those games, but in spite of that, you can at least kind of try to make that happen a little bit. Also, is this rubber banding just really strong, or what? Like, I feel like I very easily pulled ahead, but now everyone is still on my tail the whole time. At least last time there was only one guy next to me. Yeah, maybe it does actually make a big difference. Oh, hold up. I have a lot of air maneuverability, thankfully. Maybe you do. Maybe it is actually worth doing some stunts and races in this game. Because, again, the previous one you got no points, no money for it, basically. It was an extremely small amount, to where it was just not worth it a while. Oh, is it worth, like, pulling back on your... Oh, don't do that anymore. I don't have any intuition for how long the tricks last, so I need to not do those until I have an idea. I want to be fancy, but they redid all these animations that they could have just not redone too. Like, it's the same trick as in the previous game, but they completely reanimated it, which is very strange. Or otherwise changed the timing of the whole thing. And this one guy's also way ahead. Darn. Not anymore. Yeah, really, by the standards of the previous game, this feels like it would be a later game course. It's a fairly big, exciting course by that game's standards. Curious if things will get even more big and crazy as time goes on or not. Since we're starting with this. I do remember there was at least some of the unlockable courses that never even showed up in the championship mode back in Offroad Fury 3 were kind of interesting. Like, there's that one Supercross course where you actually had a jump. Well, you had some pretty crazy Supercross courses that never show up in the tournament. Including one, though, where you had a big jump where everyone would kind of cross. You had an intersection. There was a jump, and it was very, very possible with how it was set up for people to collide in midair, which was kind of amusing. I was like, yeah, this guy, apparently just having wiped out once means I'm not allowed to catch up to this guy anymore. I don't know if it's the same guy who was the leader in the previous race. If that guy's gonna be like the guy to beat if I want to get first in all the races. Or it's just gonna be like in the prior title where having a pretty average performance could lead to you getting first in the tournament regardless, just because you almost never have one racer consistently doing well. But yeah, I feel like I'm just like very barely, very slowly catching up to this guy. If that. Like, on some turns it feels like I can gain a little bit, but only a little bit. Yeah, it's just like the rubber banding is to where I can... Maybe it's not rubber banding, but it feels like it is. It's to where I can get to within some distance of him, but then he just outspeeds me again immediately after. But I was ahead before that. I guess I just need to not wipe out. Yeah, I'm not making any ground on him. I guess we'll just take second for this race, that's fine. If this guy was the one who got second last time, then this could pose a problem. But if not, I guess we're perfectly fine then. We'll just see if this game put more thought into the performance of its different AI contenders. Instead of it being random who is the front runner each time, to actually make it so that there's one or so contender in each tournament that's actually like consistently good. Because that would be intelligent to do. It makes sense too. Because otherwise you just have to kind of do okay in each race consistently, and you'll basically end up in first because everyone else is just all across the board all the time. If you can just get like second or third place consistently, then you'll beat everybody else because no one else managed to get second or third place consistently. And the point drop off for getting worse positions is very steep. Oh, so these guys are just called rivals now, apparently. Well, I guess that explains that. So there are certain guys who are just marked as going to be harder. That makes sense. And get that dirt budget away. I don't want it. I will never use it. But I do get to see the star rating right next to those tires. That's very nice. Okay, I guess we'll just have to get first every time from now on. Seems pretty plausible, but... Yeah, if we fall behind, I guess we can get into a situation where we never catch up. How big is this game soundtrack? Jeez, I'm still hearing the music. Hopefully not get the video muted or anything, but I guess we'll see. Oh, never mind, I've heard this song before. Oops, I tried. It's a silly little gambit that I do there. Look at these rival guys. Oh yeah, you still get 1,000 points for the whole shot. Oh man, this is more of a... Oh, I guess I was gonna say this feels like more of a supercross sort of course, but I know every course has some humps you have to navigate skillfully, really. No need to preload there, I guess. Yeah, you can even see in the standings now who the rivals are. It's funny. Oh boy. Turned a little hard there. Yep, well, I meant to preload there. Didn't really cost me much that I did it, I don't think. But yeah, I guess I just need to have some consistency now. Just need to stay in front. I got the whole shot, that's what it's for. Even though I argue that passing is not usually that difficult in this game, so whole shot doesn't really matter as a concept anymore. Oh. Yeah, I'm curious to see if there are different nuances to different vehicles in this game. Oh, that was not good. If there are nuances to the different vehicles in this game. Or it's just going to be like, hey, here are 4 different flavors of pretty much the same concept that you already saw back in Offroad Fury 3. It is pretty ambitious, I said, in a somewhat concerned way for them to bring in the number of vehicle types that they have in this after the game that came before it. Also, I don't appreciate you gaining me on me like that, man. Also, we're still on the first lap, oh my god. Does your AI just, like, get a little weird as the race progresses or something? Like, it's weird how I was able to get ahead of you at first as easy as I did. Although at this point, when it's just, like, impossible feeling to actually gain on the guy, it feels like it's less a matter of skill and more a matter of just the numbers don't work out in my favor. Like, I just don't have the stats. I feel like kind of stat gated if I'm just gonna get stuck behind some guy that I can never get ahead of. There's not a need to preload there. I just said it the first time I came through here. It's just you have to memorize the course. I think this is the guy who got second last time too, or first last time, I mean to say, which is not good for me, because that means if he gets first this time, I'm actually going to end up in second place. I think it makes sense to preload there. Yeah, this guy's just going to hang on me the entire time, it feels like. Seems like I'm able to keep a lead very, very gently. Oh boy. But gently indeed. Feels like if anything goes wrong at some point, yeah, should have preloaded, you're done. Yeah, look at this guy. As soon as I do anything suboptimal, this guy's just immediately gonna... Oh, does bumping into them make them angry at you or something? Like, why did I fall over and not you? Well, I guess this guy gets first now. Ugh. Look at this guy just going faster than me. I do feel like one of the things that bugged me a little bit about this game and its present, well, one thing that bugged me at the present, so I should literally speak to this game, is that, what happens when they become more rival? I guess they get more and more yellow or red and so on. I'm not sure. But, it was very easy to... It felt like the numbers game had more influence than I would like it to. Like, it really did... I keep saying I don't need to preload it. It really can feel like, some races just stack at you and that's kind of it. And it's just not a matter of actually being good at the game. Skill will get you. You need to be good. You need to be good enough to not wipe out. But beyond that, it feels like it really doesn't really matter that much how good you are at the game. Short of being neck and neck stats-wise with someone, and then ending up in a situation where you can only stay ahead of them if you don't make mistakes, like hitting jumps poorly and so on. But only if you're at that particular level of stats compared to your opponents. Doesn't matter how well you actually race, it felt like. It's feeling a little similar here, to be perfectly honest, but I guess we'll find out if that stays that way. But yeah, I just can't catch up to this guy now, I think, is how this is going to work, just like last time. This guy, there's nothing I can do, like, they, stat-wise or something, they just outclass me. The rubber banding works to where, like, it kicks in once I get close enough, but once it kicks in, I can't actually catch up to them or something like that. It just keeps them right in front of me. I don't have to get first on this first tournament necessarily or anything, but... That is 4 laps. We're now working towards, jeez. Bringing out the long nationals races courses from the very beginning. It does sometimes feel like I kind of gain on this guy just a little bit, but that's the thing. Only sometimes and only a little bit. See, he's just faster than I am, I feel like. It could be he took that turn more gently than me, but like, see, he's getting ahead of me here. I don't think there's anything that I can really do about that. I think he just has better stats than I do. And maybe I should, at this point, have bought a better bike, since I did get a lot of money from the training and so on. It's hard to say. But yeah, see, I can get close to him just by racing really well. Like taking a better racing line and so on. But only to where I can just barely catch up to him. Not to where I can meaningfully overtake him. Okay, that's apparently the edge of the course. I need to preload there, darn it. See, then as soon as I make, even if I don't make a mistake, he'll tend to hang right on me. If I do make a mistake, he's immediately on it. There's no slack for me. It's just, it feels kind of weird to run into what feels like stack gating in literally the first tournament. Like this. Like, short of being an overachiever and, like, buying a new bike before I even do any events, which, yeah, I could have done. I don't think there's anything I could have done to match this guy's stats. And you see how the rubber banding is to where he just stays just a little ahead of me. Like, he doesn't ever get far ahead of me, just a little. It's so hard to find out episodes when you have such long races like this. So here I can take these turns, I can take these jumps properly without reloading. And I can cut on this turn, and I can get ahead of him. But that's all I can do. And he's immediately ahead of me again. And I can stay neck and neck with him a little bit. I can't jump as far as him though, which also gets in the way. And some little things like, yeah, I can cut a turn like this. Okay, now I have to really aggressively drive as well as I possibly can, just to keep up. Like, I have to drive a lot more optimally than he does to catch up, and I cannot stay there unless I, maybe in theory, drive extremely well. Like, again, I can cut this corner really hard to get ahead. No. No, we both messed that up, except he comes out ahead. I did preload that, it just didn't give me the height I needed. Oh! Okay, he can also just wipe. That was just pure luck on my end, I guess. And let's see if he manages to catch up because I messed up here. I still don't really know how to take those optimally. Or if on the straightaway he's just fast enough to catch up with me, which is also perfectly possible. Right, managed to mess that up slightly. That was just a stroke of luck in my opinion, but okay, cool. I'm marginally ahead. I unlocked things apparently. Yeah, see, I somehow unlocked those. The game doesn't tell you how you unlock those things. I mean, the Nationals is only because I just completed that race. But, like, the gloves? Don't know. I have heard complaints that it's very arcane how you unlock these things. They gave you gloves. Cool, I'm very flattered. Okay, well, we'll keep going. See you then.